Imagine a world where the sun never shines and darkness reigns. For centuries, humans have built entire cities deep beneath the Earth's surface to escape the harshness of the world above. Some of these cities are still standing today, holding secrets that could change everything we know about history. In this journey, we'll reveal 27 underground cities so extraordinary that they'll leave you questioning the limits of human ingenuity. But here's the twist: some of these places are still cloaked in mystery, waiting to be discovered. Ready to uncover them? Number 27. Derinkuyu, Turkey. In 1963, a man in Turkey discovered an unexpected space while digging a stone wall by his house. He found more than 310,000 square feet of space, later identified as Derinkuyu, one of the world's largest underground cities. Located in Cappadocia, Turkey, it's part of a network of over 200 underground cities. The city, which lies beneath a typical Turkish village, features tunnels and rooms spread across 18 levels, going 85 meters underground. It was built to shelter up to 20,000 people and their livestock during wartime, with stone doors, ventilation, and running water. Today, only the first 8 levels are open to the public. But how did these vast underground cities come to exist in such unexpected places? Let's travel across Europe to uncover some secrets that even the locals find hard to explain. Number 26. Nausicaa, France. In northern France, there is a system of tunnels dating back to the Middle Ages. It was originally a place of refuge during times of war. During the First World War, Allied soldiers used it for protection and left behind over 3,000 carvings and inscriptions on the stone walls, preserving a moment in history. If you were one of the soldiers, what kind of message would you leave behind in those tunnels for future generations to find? Comment and chat with me. Number 25. Shanghai Tunnels, USA. Portland's Shanghai Tunnels are filled with myths and legends about the city's dark past. Built in the 19th century, these underground passages connected the waterfront with various businesses, hotels, and even bars across the city. Some stories suggest that the tunnels may have been used for illegal activities, such as kidnapping individuals and forcing them into labor on ships, although these claims remain part of the city's folklore. But wait, not all underground cities are tied to wartime activity. Some are more like ghost stories, whispered in the dark. How far would you go to escape a chilling past? Let's venture into Scotland to discover a place that's as haunting as it is historical. Number 24. Edinburgh Vaults, Scotland. Somewhere beneath the streets of Edinburgh lies a series of chambers that once thrived with pubs, workshops, and bustling shops. These vaults were originally built in the late 18th century as storage spaces for merchants, but soon became infamous for their dark and dangerous atmosphere. However, businesses started to leave, and over time the vaults became a shelter for homeless people. The poor air quality and damp conditions led to the deterioration of the vaults. The rooms are now small, dark, and damp. No one knew people lived in these vaults until 1985, when excavations uncovered toys, medicine bottles, and dishes. Can you imagine a place so eerie that it's avoided by locals? The next hidden city takes us to a salt mine with something truly magical buried beneath. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much, and if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Number 23. Wieliczka Salt Mine, Poland. The Wieliczka Salt Mine near Krakow is a fascinating historical site. This 13th century landmark stretches over 287 kilometers and reaches a depth of 327 meters. Inside the mine, visitors can discover chapels intricately carved from salt, featuring statues and chandeliers made from salt crystals. The mine also has large salt lakes that reflect light from salt lamps, offering a truly unique experience. And while salt might seem like an everyday commodity, in Spain, it's the rock itself that shapes the lives of people. What if you could live inside the rock itself? Number 22. Setenil de las Bodegas, Spain. Setenil de las Bodegas is a town where about 3,000 people live in homes built into the rock. The homes and restaurants are carved into the rock, giving the entire town a unique look with cool interiors that remain naturally comfortable without the need for air conditioning. Instead of constructing entire houses to maintain comfort in the summer and winter, these people built facades in front of the rock, creating the illusion that the rock is part of the building. It is believed that people have lived here since prehistoric times, living in harmony with nature or hiding from the harshest elements. The next destination is Australia, where the temperatures soar, but the underground homes offer a cool refuge. Curious? Let's head out into the outback. Number 21. Coober, Pedy, Australia. Coober, Pedy is an underground town in the Australian outback, founded in 1915 after opals were discovered by a young boy. Located 950 kilometers northwest of Adelaide, it was built to escape the extreme heat, with summer temperatures reaching up to 52 degrees Celsius. The area, once a vast ocean, is rich in opals, which are now hidden in the rocky crevices. Due to the harsh climate and mineral wealth, most residents live in cool underground homes. The town also has underground shops, churches, and hotels. As of 2018, nearly 2,000 people call Coober, Pedy home. From the Australian desert to the bustling streets of Mexico, there's a groundbreaking underground city awaiting us. Let's explore a futuristic skyscraper built not upwards, but downwards. Are you ready to see how technology is reshaping architecture? Number 20. Earth Scraper, Mexico City. The Earth Scraper is essentially an inverted skyscraper that descends 65 stories below ground in the city's main square. With an upside-down pyramid design, it features an open central space that allows daylight to flood into the depths of the Earth. The entire structure is topped with a glass ceiling, which covers the entire city square. Speaking of underground marvels, let's travel to Iran to visit a city that's been hidden for thousands of years. It's not just a city, it's a network of survival. What secrets are buried beneath the sand? Number 19. Karis, Eish, Iran. Karis, Eish was built about 2,500 years ago to collect, purify, and store water for island residents. Its labyrinth of tunnels covers over 10,000 square meters and reaches depths of 16 meters. The 8-meter-high ceilings, once a seabed, are now covered with fossilized shells and coral, dating back 530 to 570 million years. The city was abandoned as new technologies made its water system obsolete. Today, parts of the city serve as cafes, shops, and art galleries, turning it into a cultural hub for locals and tourists. Next, we head to Beijing, where an entire underground city was built for a completely different purpose. This story will truly surprise you. Number 18. Dixi, Chang, Beijing. Beneath Beijing, there's an underground city built in the 1970s as a shelter against war with Russia. Dug by hand, it spans 85 meters below the city and was nicknamed the Underground Great Wall for its size and military purpose. The network includes emergency shelters, factories, schools, shops, movie theaters, and even a skating rink. It had more than 90 secret entrances in homes and shops above ground and could house 300,000 people for 4 months. After the fall of the Soviet Union, it was abandoned and no longer maintained. Today, many homeless people live there. Now that we've seen how underground cities were built for protection, how about one designed to withstand the coldest weather in the world? Montreal's underground complex is a marvel of modern design, and there's much more to it than meets the eye. Number 17. RÉSO, Canada. RÉSO is a vast network of office towers, hotels, shopping centers, and residential buildings in Montreal, created in the 1960s to combat harsh winter weather. Today, it draws millions of visitors annually and is used by 500,000 people daily. Spanning over 32 kilometers of tunnels, it includes 2,000 shops, 10 metro stations, 4 transit stations, 265 hotels, 10,000 parking spaces, and 6 concert venues. The network is so large that it would take days to explore and even hosts an annual 5-kilometer run through the tunnels. Which hidden city do you think holds the most secrets? Share your thoughts below and let us know which underground marvel has left you most intrigued. Number 16. The Low Line, New York. The Low Line is a project inspired by the High Line, an old elevated railway turned into a green public space. The plan is to transform an unused trolley terminal in Manhattan into what could become the world's first underground park. Natural light would be directed below ground using a system called remote skylights, based on reflectors and optic fiber cables. This system is designed to provide sufficient light for plants and trees to grow, mimicking the feel of sunlight in the park. Next, we'll look at Helsinki, where they've gone far beyond just shelter and built an entire self-sustaining ecosystem. Intrigued? You should be. Number 15. Underground City, Helsinki. Helsinki has about 500 underground facilities and 300 kilometers of railway tunnels capable of sheltering up to 750,000 people, more than the city's population. These spaces are stocked with food, water, and other essentials, enough to survive for 14 days. They include shopping centers, a hockey rink, go-kart tracks, swimming pools, schools, a church, and wastewater treatment facilities. Geothermal heating helps reduce energy use, while advanced air and water filtration systems ensure safety. The area can be prepared for shelter within 72 hours, and the church alone attracts over 500,000 tourists annually. And speaking of underground spaces that were made for survival, what if I told you about a city that's hidden in abandoned mines? This one might surprise you with its unique climate and surprising history. Number 14. Subtropolis, Kansas City. This city spans 45 square kilometers of abandoned limestone mines. Since 1964, over 1,600 people have worked in this naturally climate-controlled, rock-carved environment every day. You can find everything from cave-aged cheese to car storage spaces, along with a variety of small businesses. The temperature here naturally stays between 18 Celsius and 21 Celsius year-round. If you're fascinated by hidden places and underground cities, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next journey beneath the surface. Number 13. Underground Science City, Singapore. Singapore has faced space challenges for a long time. That's why they designed an underground science city. It's a city spanning approximately 400,000 to 500,000 square meters, housing research labs and offices for up to 4,200 scientists, researchers, and other professionals. The city also includes many restaurants and shopping malls. Sometimes the past is hidden beneath our feet in ways we can't even imagine. But what happens when a Cold War-era shelter transforms into something else entirely? Number 12. Burlington, UK. Beneath Corham, England lies a hidden Cold War-era shelter built in 1955 to house 4,000 people in an emergency. The facility includes a secret rail line connected to the London to Bristol Railway for high-profile individuals. It spans over a mile and features 60 miles of roads, designed as a self-sustaining environment for at least 3 months. With essential services like a hospital and telephone switchboard, it could withstand extreme conditions. The shelter has been closed to the public since 1991. From Cold War shelters to ancient underground cities, Italy's Napoli Sotterranea has stood the test of time. Let's explore this massive underground labyrinth, which was home to thousands for centuries. Number 11. Napoli Sotterranea, Italy. Napoli Sotterranea spans 80 kilometers beneath Naples and is over 2,400 years old. It was initially created by the Greeks and later expanded by the Romans for storage and water. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the tunnels were used for illegal activities including smuggling. During World War II, they served as shelters from bombings. One key feature is the Bourbon Tunnel, built in the 19th century to link the royal palace with a military barracks for supply transport. And speaking of tunnels that hide secrets, what about the ones in Mexico, built for a completely different purpose? Number 10. Los Túneles de Guanajuato, Mexico. Los Túneles de Guanajuato was built in the 16th century as a way to transport silver from the mines to smelting factories. In the 19th century, Revolutionaries during the Mexican War of Independence used the tunnels as hideouts. One of the most popular attractions in the tunnels is the Museo de las Momias, or the Museum of the Mummies. The museum houses naturally mummified bodies that were collected from a nearby cemetery. But there's more to these ancient tunnels than just transportation. What if I told you there's an underground city that reveals its hidden past every time it rains? Number 9. Nushabad, Iran. Around a decade ago in Nushabad, a resident discovered a 1,500-year-old underground city while digging a sewage ditch. Located 3 to 20 meters below ground, the city has 3 levels of tunnels, rooms, air ducts, staircases, canals, and hidden passages. It was built to provide shelter for women, children, and the elderly during potential attacks. Over time, individual chambers were expanded into a network with air ducts, water pipes, storage, and toilets. Families lived in separate rooms, each connected by tunnels like a hotel hallway. There are underground cities, and then there are cities that have stood the test of time, hiding their secrets beneath the surface for centuries. Pilsen's underground has a fascinating story waiting to be uncovered. Number 8. Historic underground of Pilsen, Czechia. Between the 13th and 19th centuries, Pilsen's underground became one of Central Europe's longest tunnel networks, originally built for storage, water transport, and sewage. Locals dug multi-story cellars under their homes, connecting them with tunnels for storing food and beer. Spanning over 20 kilometers, the tunnels became one of the era's most advanced sewer systems. As they fell out of use, they revealed medieval artifacts, adding archaeological value and becoming part of Pilsen's brewing history. From ancient defenses to modern flood control, Japan's underground flood control system is a marvel of engineering. But how does it work? Number 7. The Metropolitan Area Outer Underground Discharge Channel, Japan. Tokyo's modern flood defenses were developed after disasters like Typhoon Kathleen and Typhoon Kagawa in the mid-1900s. Today, the city uses dams, reservoirs, and underground tunnels to combat flooding from rivers, heavy rain, and tsunamis. The Floodwater Cathedral, completed in 2006 for $2 billion, is the world's largest flood diversion facility. It includes 5 massive tanks, each large enough to hold the Statue of Liberty, connected by 6 kilometers of tunnels. When rivers overflow, water is diverted into the facility, and powerful pumps transport it safely into the Edo River. As rainfall increases due to climate change, maintaining these defenses is becoming more challenging. The world's deepest underground lab might just hold the key to understanding our universe's darkest secrets. The Sanford Underground Research Facility is home to experiments that could change everything we know. Number 6. The Sanford Underground Research Facility. The Sanford Underground Research Facility in South Dakota, located in the former Homestake Gold Mine, is the deepest underground lab in the U.S. It spans 8,000 acres, with 12 miles of tunnels for scientific research. Its depth shields experiments from cosmic radiation, making it ideal for studying dark matter and neutrinos. Notable experiments, like the Lux Dark Matter Detector and the Microboon Neutrino Experiment, are located on the 4,850 level, where Dr. Raymond Davis Jr. conducted his neutrino research. The Davis campus includes modern facilities such as a large water tank for radiation shielding and a clean room. Now, we've seen how underground spaces can hold a wealth of knowledge, but what about hiding something far more mysterious? Number 5. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio is known for the secretive Hangar 18, linked to rumors of aliens and UFOs. The story traces back to the 1947 Roswell incident, where a UFO reportedly crashed in New Mexico. Some claim alien bodies and debris were brought to Hangar 18, and there are stories of UFO crashes before 1952. One tale even mentions 16 alleged aliens. When Senator Barry Goldwater requested access, he was denied and warned not to ask again. The base continues to fuel speculation, leaving many wondering what is hidden there. Do you believe the rumors about Hangar 18 at Wright-Patterson? Drop your theories in the comment, and let's unravel this mystery together. Number 4. Vivos. Robert Vicino, founder of Vivos Group, created underground bunkers to help people survive major disasters. The first bunker, near Barstow, California, can withstand nuclear events, extreme heat, earthquakes, floods, and strong winds. It holds 200 people with enough supplies for a year. Vicino plans to build 20 more bunkers near major cities, providing space for 4,000 people. These bunkers, called modern Noah's Arks, are meant to bring people together for safety. They will also store DNA samples from all living things for preservation. However, the bunkers come with a high cost. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a trip back in time. Imagine an ancient civilization's hidden refuge built into cliffs. Mesa Verde's cliff dwellings might just hold more mysteries than we ever expected. Number 3. Mesa Verde, Colorado. Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado is known for the ancient homes built by the ancestral Pueblones. These structures were made from stone and mud and were built in the 12th and 13th centuries. The most well-known site is Cliff Palace, where special rooms called kivas were constructed into the side of a large cliff. The people built their homes high up for protection. While much of their story remains a mystery, they inhabited the area for about 100 years before moving away, possibly due to a severe drought. Many Native American tribes today trace their ancestry to these ancient peoples. In 1906, President Roosevelt designated the area as a national park. And finally, we journey to the breathtaking Petra, Jordan. This hidden city carved from rock has stood for thousands of years. Let's uncover the stories that still echo through the canyons. Number 2. Petra, Jordan. Petra, located in Jordan, was built between 1550 and 1292 BC. It remained unknown to the Western world until 1812. To visit, you can walk, ride a horse, or take a carriage for nearly an hour, passing large rocks and ancient tombs. The entrance, called the Sekku, is a narrow canyon with tall cliffs. Inside, you'll notice old water channels carved into the rocks, showing how water was brought in for farming. When you reach the treasury, a massive rock-carved building, it's breathtaking. Petra was once a thriving city with impressive tombs and buildings where over 30,000 people lived. And our final destination is the mysterious tunnels of Moose Jaw, Canada. With secrets of Chinese immigrants, smuggled goods, and underground gangsters, this one is the perfect way to end our journey. Number 1. The Tunnels of Moose Jaw, Canada. The Moose Jaw Tunnels offer 2 tours: Passage to Fortune and the Chicago Connection. Passage to Fortune focuses on early Chinese-Canadian settlers, who may have taken shelter in the tunnels in 1907, though this is unconfirmed. The tour discusses events like the Chinese Exclusion Act and head tax, along with fictional stories, including one about a laundry owner and Chinese workers. Many Chinese Canadians ran laundries due to limited job opportunities, with the first Chinese business opening in Moose Jaw in 1890. By 1908, more Chinese laundries emerged. During Prohibition in the 1920s, the tunnels were rumored to hide alcohol, possibly linked to gangster Al Capone, but this is unproven. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.